I have always kind of been like a play by yourself kind of person, so I mainly have memories of just kind of playing by myself with my toys. But I did grow up with a dad who liked video games a lot, so I do have a lot of memories of like sitting in the living room and we'd all be like watching him play through the early Tomb Raider games and reading the guidebooks to him while he played. So my dad actually passed away 1.5 years ago now. And that's kind of like a bond that we share just because, again, I did grow up watching him play it. So I think he would have definitely gotten a kick out of watching me play through the newest one. It's just one of those fond memories that I have with him. So
you said a year and a half ago?
Yeah, September 2017. In ways, it almost doesn't even feel like Tomb Raider, but I know he played a little bit of Rise of the Tomb Raider. I think he had an Xbox. He's watching somewhere and probably laughing at all the deaths. And we kind of share a similar lack of patience. So I know I can just picture him getting frustrated too if you just can't get that jump and you die like 30 times. And so it's just kind of funny to think about if he'd be watching too.
Only 9 more followers till 300, you guys. Oops.
My dad spent most of his life kind of suffering from a disease called scleroderma. We think he contracted it initially when he was in the Army. I think I was maybe like 1 or 2 years old. And it's a very livable disease, but his symptoms just got out of control. It was unexpected, to say the least. I mean, he's been sick my whole life, but again, it's been a manageable thing. My dad was not a talkative guy about personal stuff, so he would never be one to be like, hey, I'm not doing very good. Do you think you can come help me out? So I just sometimes wish there was more I could have done. After he passed away, spent months just reliving those days that I was visiting him because it was just us. I mean, he couldn't do a whole lot because he had lost so much weight. He was weak, he was tired. It was just us doing what we used to do when I was a kid, just sitting on the couch, like watching movies, playing some Tomb Raider, ordering food because my dad does not cook and I don't cook either. So it's a lot of takeout, a lot of TV, a lot of movies, and like, I just think about that all the time. I started streaming Overwatch and it just kind of like became so much more to me. Love streaming in the community that I've found there. My most memorable moment, I'm weary to say because it does involve like money, but it's not memorable because of the money. I had somebody come into my stream and gift sub, he's gonna claim it was 69, but it was 70 because he did the 70th one anonymously. He gifted me 70 subscriptions and that blew me away. Like not even remotely from like the money standpoint, but like I'm kind of a nobody. Like you could go to all of these streamers that have like thousands of followers, like you look and see what their view count is and it's like 2.4 thousand people are watching them. And for somebody to like come into my stream and like gift that many subscriptions just like blew me away. Like I think my jaw hit the floor. Like I couldn't believe it. Somebody's actually here to like watch me, or someone actually finds me interesting enough to do that. And then I've just had a lot of other not smaller, but just like scattered memorable moments of just building this little community that I have. I'm just still like amazed that anybody wants to be a part of it, I guess. It's so different than like any other social media I've been on. So it's been kind of a whirlwind because like I said, it started as just like another outlet for social media for me, but in so many ways, it's almost like pulling me away from social media. And I love that.
Also, if potatoes are great, then so is your gameplay if you got yourself a potato.
I'm kind of not as active with cosplay as I was last year because I did really just fall in love with streaming. So I am very focused on building up my platform there, growing on Twitch and growing through streaming. I definitely still have plans to cosplay at like local conventions and things. I'm not quitting cosplay by any means, but I just really want to focus on building a streaming community. I've seen some really great communities. I don't know if you've heard of like Fitzy here. He's a Sombra main for Overwatch, and I got introduced to him by someone through my community, and they said, if you want to see positivity, like go look at this person's chat. And he had just finished like a 24-hour stream, so he was like dead. And his entire chat was like just people like cheering him on, and just like, it was like so cool to see. Like you don't see that kind of stuff on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. Like that's why I fell in love with like the stream community, because people are really there to support, like out of the goodness of their heart. Like they just want to see you succeed, and then that person wants to see you succeed, and it's just like this constant chain of like paying it forward that I don't even really see like in the real world sometimes, you know? So I definitely, my focus I think is really geared more towards streaming and building like a really good positive community like that.